Hey everyone, Serotonin 2501 here, bringing you part 7 of StarTropics. Now this chapter, as if you remember from the last episode, is called Reunion, because it's for a very specific reason. So, we're going to go ahead and get started. This is a fairly long chapter, as you'll find out here shortly. So, I'm just going to try and navigate our way around. As we see, there's some... Got a little village over here, so we'll go check it out. It's a rather small one. Interesting name. I guess this is the retirement community of the Pacific of the islands. Really not a whole lot to do here. We just find out that obviously Dr. J is in the area, and we also find that there's a big heart nearby. So we'll just kind of keep an eye. But we find out from Navcom that he's picking up the signal. So every time you get into Sub-C in this chapter, he'll tell you what the location is. So we have to go north 49 spaces and east 28 spaces. So, and every time you get out and get back in, he'll update you as to where you are. So a good chunk of this chapter is just kind of exploring. This is a very large map compared to the other ones. A lot of little diving and things like that. A lot of shallows, so it's kind of it's a big maze basically. So we'll just go on our way here. We're gonna go down here and check out this little area. And we find a big apple. Which does nothing. So we need to go north 25, east 59. So a lot of times with this, you have to kind of go out of your way in some areas. Like you have to go one way. Like it tells you need to go north, and you actually have to go south for a bit. And there's the big heart that we were looking for, which gives us more life, which is always good. Fortunately, we have to wait for it to slowly fill up. And we are off. So the next is north 13, east 53. And that was not what I wanted to do, so unfortunately we have to listen to this again. Okay. Can I hit down, please? Thank you. We're going to come up across an area here soon. So let's check what this is. A little small hut with a skeleton. Obviously making a reference to Robinson Crusoe. Completely pointless, but nice little Easter egg. So in this one, like I said, we had to go north, but really here we actually have to go south. There we go. I knew that was there somewhere. And we come across the Southern Cross, which only one of these is right. Everything will just kind of take you back with which I believe this is the one. Nope, I was wrong. So is it this one? Yep, that's the one. That takes us over here. And we got another little area down here, which I believe is also nothing. I find out we're relatively close when it comes to east-west. He's just way north of where we're at. So we're going to take this, which gets us way up here. Now if we find out we're getting close, we're 20 north, east 11. We're looking for that right there. We're north 5, east 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4. I wonder if he could be somewhere near this gigantic conspicuous hole in the ground. So we're going to go ahead and dive. Do this little pointless exercise, and we found some ruins. So this will lead us into one of two caves or dungeons or whatever you really want to call them in this chapter. This is called Big Joe's Tunnel. A lot of new stuff to deal with. Enemies, obviously new look, and now we have a new item. This is called the anklet, and what it allows you to do is it allows you to jump one extra space. It's kind of the gimmick of this dungeon. There's going to be a lot of stuff like that. Our old friends, the mummies, which, fortunately, thanks to the shooting star, is not as painful as we remember. So this is one of those rooms that I was talking about. It's kind of a big puzzle to figure out, okay, how do I get from point A to point B? And they give you an anklet, so, but you have to be just a little bit cautious, because you tend to get a little overconfident, and you find yourself getting into a spot where you can't really get to. So as long as you just kind of take it slow and don't go all crazy, you can actually make it through just fine. There we go. Button was starting to stick on my controller there. Little hidden gem there. And another new enemy, the miniature Turboss, which nothing really to write home about. And then you got this guy. If this guy if his motions look kind of familiar, they should. He's based off of Octo the Huge. But unfortunately, you don't have... And that was incredibly stupid of me. Wow. Remember what I was talking about getting overconfident with the anklet? That's exactly what I meant. So, let me try that again without completely and totally humiliating myself, huh? Alright. Back to this room. Fortunately, it's pretty easy, fairly easy to get back to where we were here. And we're back to full life. Potion again. And we'll fight the big Turboss again, and hopefully I remember that to actually pick up the anklet before I try to jump up to something, which... Funny part is, memory serves me, I don't think there's really anything there. I think that was actually incredibly pointless. Well, didn't one cycle him. Pretty straightforward. Yep, nothing there. So, I killed myself for nothing. Now, you can't really be fooled because it sounds like the victory theme, but in reality, you're not done yet. That's only the halfway point. So here's kind of an interesting little puzzle room. So we know that there's 3 different pathways. So we gotta go to the second one to get the exit. And we know that there's an anklet up here, so... Let's turn the lights on. We have a double heart that we don't really need. And something that we do need. This is a new weapon called the horse hides, or it's obviously a baseball. I'd show it off to you, but it's incredibly important. And we pick up another new weapon, the cleats. This is a fun one because it allows you to do this. The cleats will attack everybody in the room, doing a little bit of damage. So if they're really weak enemies like that, you can kill them in one shot, or you can do damage to everything in the room. Now, the reason why I was talking about the horse hides being incredibly important is the boss that's coming up. It's the only thing that hurts him. So you really have to be careful because, I mean, if you run out, it's like if you run out of shots, which is doable. I mean, because he's vulnerable for only a certain period of time. So kind of similar to the Maxie, the big ghost in the... Ow. Kind of similar to Maxie, the big ghost in the graveyard. If you run out of bolas in that fight, you're kind of screwed because it's the only thing that can reach him. Well, same thing with the horse hides. With the boss here, the horse hides are the only thing that can hurt him. So this is one spot where the cleats really come in handy because without them, this room would be a pain. Because the mummies have the ability to walk and you don't. And here's the boss. This is Broken Joe. So, pretty straightforward. He'll move towards you. He'll spit out the little snake things, which do a lot of damage, and if your timing is off like mine was, it's incredibly humiliating. Ow. Yeah, unfortunately, without the shooting star, these little turbosses can take some punishment, so... So, let's try that again. I probably could use the horse sides here, but I don't really trust myself. I need some life. I think actually I've got it. Ow. Well, so much for the life. I'm gonna... Well, fat lot of good that did. And the funny part is I actually just realized that I completely forgot the fact that I had a potion earlier, which could have really helped. Alright, so unfortunately I'm going to have to end this episode in failure as well, because I'm pretty much toward the end of my recording time frame. So I will pick this up in the next episode. We'll get through this one and continue on. So until then, if you haven't liked what you see, please like, favorite, and subscribe. If you have any suggestions or anything, please leave in the comments, so you can hit me up on Facebook as well. Until next time, I am Serotonin 2501. Stay happy, people.